Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Crew First Culture Podcast. This is Jeremy. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you spending some time with me. I'm going to try to keep it fairly short this episode. As you could probably already tell, I'm recording on the road, heading into work this morning, and we've got a new firefighter starting with us right out of the academy today, and so looking forward to really just enjoying this day. I've got two firefighters that came out of the last academy on my crew, and we've been working with them for quite a while, just kind of learning and growing and trying to get as good as we possibly can while they've been there. And so they've been out of academy a little over a year now, and now with just that year experience, they are being thrust into the role of being the senior firefighter. And so it's going to be pretty exciting. I know they are excited to be able to step into that role and share the knowledge and experience and everything else that they've gained their short amount of time. And I'm just looking forward to seeing it happen, seeing this younger generation step up and teach and mentor and whatever else our new firefighter needs. So it's going to be a cool day. Looking forward to that. But just listen to some, not even sure what they were, just some basically brief clips of speeches and keynotes and things like that. That quote came up that really kind of piqued my interest a little bit. He didn't give the author to the quote, so I had to look it up, and it ended up being Will Rogers. So that's kind of cool, the Oklahoma guy. But so the quote says, "The road to success is dotted with many tempting parking spaces." And I thought that was a pretty neat, just right out of the gate, right out the first I heard it, I thought it was a pretty neat quote. But then it turned into one of those quotes that just started getting deeper and deeper and had lots of layers to it the more I thought about it. And I think parking space is a good term, but I almost feel like exits or an even more relatable term as far as me. And so I'll just kind of describe that. And what I interpret he is saying from this is, like all of us, we all take these journeys to either some kind of success or some kind of achievement or some type of fulfillment, whatever it is. We're always taking these journeys, or I hope we always are striving, to achieve something. And on these journeys, almost inevitably and almost inevitably quickly, we hit bumps, we hit struggles, we hit trials and problems. And when that starts to happen, when we start to get worn down from these problems, these struggles, these challenges, we start to kind of start to notice that there's other choices out there. There's choices like these parking spots that are, they're on the path. We're making headway. We're better than we were. Why can't we just pull over, take one of these nice, wide open parking spots and enjoy a break? Or we're going along and we're, making headway, and we're gaining ground, and we're growing, getting better and achieving what we have set out to achieve. But then the challenges come again, and then we get frustrated, and then we get beat down again, and then we start to see that there's an exit ramp right here, an exit ramp that's going to lead us to safer, more comfortable areas that we won't have to claw and fight and dig and bleed and hurt every day because we're trying to accomplish something. And the weaker we get mentally, the better those rest areas and those exit ramps and those parking spots along the way start to look. And the closer we come to making compromises that lead us away from our path, that lead us away from the success we're trying to gain, the achievement we're trying to gain, the goal we're trying to reach, whatever it is. Each of these choices brings us away from that path. Each of these choices keeps us from achieving what we were meant to set out to achieve. But so many times, and depending how strong mentally you are, this might be a quick trip. It might take a while to get there, but before we know it, we've taken the exit ramp that's taken us away from, it's going off track, that's leading downhill. And we might not have even noticed it. We might have been so worn down and exhausted that we didn't even notice that we're at a standstill. Or even worse, that we're now on a downward trajectory, going farther and farther away from our goal every second. And so just thinking about that just kind of brought to mind my life and the paths that I have taken, either intentionally as far as something I set out to achieve, or just unintentionally as far as I'm on a path that I did not create for myself. Thankfully, I am on a path that God placed for me. And I hope every day to follow that path. So sometimes I don't really know where I'm going. I'm just trying to go there in faith and know that I'm headed where I need to head. But just thinking about, all these different paths and all these different journeys through the years. And then thinking about all the exit ramps that I've taken, all the parking spots that I've taken, all the cop-outs, all the excuses. And then I'm forced to think about all the missed opportunities that now I have basically, I will never know, what they are, because they're missed opportunities. But there's no telling how many missed opportunities I've just let blow away in the wind because I allowed myself to compromise. I allowed myself to quit. I allowed myself to find excuses to do other things, or to take a break, or to take the easier path. So, what about your past? What are some paths that you've taken in your life? Some goals that you have set for yourself, some achievements that you have kind of put out there, knowing that this is something that you really want to strive for? Have you taken the exit ramps at times? Have you allowed exhaustion, this mental, mental exhaustion, physical exhaustion, stress, anxiety, depression, whatever? Have you allowed things to take that path, that achievement, that goal away from you. So I think that's something to really set out there and think about. Think about the missed opportunities if that's the case. If you did allow yourself to make excuses, to take those off ramps, to find more comfortable ground so that you didn't have to fight that fight anymore. What possible missed opportunities did you bring into your life that you could have been taken advantage of if you just kept pushing? You know, maybe this isn't you. Maybe you haven't faced this type of issue. Maybe you're stronger mentally and you don't really have to struggle with this type of just taking a back seat to the mission or the purpose of your life. That's awesome. But I know there's a lot of people out there that have. And so what does the world look like today? Because we either did or we didn't continue on that path. Is the world a better place because we fought on that path and we struggled and we faced challenges on our path? And yes, we might have taken some breaks, parked for a while. We might have taken some off ramps that brought us away from our purpose and our goal. But we got back on that path, and we fought harder, and we continued to achieve what we set out to achieve, and we continued to fight for the purpose that we were sent here to fulfill. Is the world a better place because of that? Or are we doing anything to make the world a better place? What can we do to take advantage of the opportunities we have given? What can we do to take advantage of the gifts that we have been given? What can we do to take advantage of this beautiful path and journey that has been set out for us? It's not going to be easy. But the great thing about it is you never have to do it alone. In times that it starts to get overwhelming, in times that it starts to feel like you have nothing left to give, those are the times we need to have people with us. We need to have our friends. We need to have our support system, our tribe to lean on, to fall back instead of parking or taking the off ramp so that we don't have to face these things anymore. We can lean on them and draw strength from them so that we can continue, so that we don't have to look back and think about, man, I wonder how many opportunities I missed because I didn't stick it out. I wonder where I would be today if I just stuck with it and just kept fighting. I don't want to have to think about those things anymore. At least I know that there's several situations that's exactly what I'm left with, because that's the path I took, the easy path, the path that led me to comfort instead of leading me to purpose. But I don't want to do that anymore. I want to look back and see how I was used by God to do great things, because that's why I'm here. That's why you are here. You're here to do great things. You're here to add value to the people around you. You're here to add value to the world. That value is different for everybody. My value is completely different than yours. but it doesn't make either one of them less valuable. It makes it more valuable because I'm the only person that can speak my message. I'm the only person that has lived my life. I'm the only person that has been placed on this specific path. And nobody else can share the lessons that I've learned, the experiences that I've had, the challenges that I have faced, the wins that I have thankfully been a part of, the opportunities that I have been given. If I don't share those, the world goes without that being filled. There's a hole in that area because nobody else can fill that specific hole. Just like you are made for a purpose. You were put here for a reason. You have been given a message. And you've got to share that. You've got to start using those things to help others, to make a difference. Stop taking and the growth that life is trying to put you through. It's uncomfortable, interesting at times. It's not normal feel. It doesn't feel like this is the way it should be. But we have to continue to stretch ourselves. We have to continue to grow. We have to continue to fight on the path that we know is right for us to be in. And so that's what I'm going to leave you at. I hope that this gives you something to think about. Think about the paths that you've been on in your past. Maybe the path that you're on right now. Maybe that's you right now at the end of your rope. Knowing that you're on the right path, knowing that you are here for a purpose, but you just can't keep pushing anymore. Find somebody to help you. Find somebody to lean on. Find somebody to draw energy and strength from. And hopefully one day you can return that favor to them. We're all on a path. Either we know it or we don't. Either we recognize it or we don't. We are on a path. And so we just have to keep our eyes open and see what good is out there for us. Take advantage of your opportunities. Keep fighting on your path. Keep pushing forward because you are here for a purpose. The world is a better place because you are here. The world needs you, and it needs your message. So share it. Make the world a better place. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it as always. Thank you so much. Like I say, every once in a while, I don't do it every time, but if you do find some value in this show, please share and like and subscribe and all the goofy stuff that podcast hosts like to say. Thank you for spending another day with me. I hope that you are back next time. Look forward to then. And until that time, like always,